Hey everybody, welcome to day 11 of our 21-day yoga challenge. We're a little over halfway through and I'm really thankful that you arrived on your mat again today. So let's go ahead and get started with our practice. As you close the eyes, settle in for a moment as we always do. Our practice today is about opening up the heart. So as you sit here in your simple seated, roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then drop them down the back, opening the front of your heart, softening the face. Turning your gaze inward to the breath, to this idea of having an open heart. Lengthening the inhalation and the exhalation. Sitting tall, navel back towards the spine, front of the heart opening. Turning the palms to face the ceiling. Indicating this willingness to receive anything that might reveal itself to you in this practice. This willingness to receive the magic that lives within this practice, both physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Settling in with an open mind. And now imagining the most beautiful color green you've ever seen. Setting this green color to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling this beautiful green color. Filling the body, surrounding the body with green. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and down the back again. Reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Sitting super tall, heart open, breath moving through the body. And now softening the breath, wiggling the fingers and the toes here in this seated position. Softening to the breath to the natural rhythm, to your natural rhythm. And now press the palms together at your heart. Taking this moment to create an intention for your practice today, this heart-opening practice. opening your eyes up into the room, untying the legs. Today we begin in extended puppy pose. So take the knees a little further back and extend the arms up towards the front of the mat. The fingertips reach high up towards the front of the mat. And now drop the chest, but leave the sit bones high in the air. So you feel this stretch in the inner armpit. Take the nose or the forehead to the mat. And continue with this untucked tail to reach the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Actively pressing the chest down towards the floor. And now lift the chest, lift the heart, especially the back of the heart, and reach those fingertips towards the knees. Walk them in nice and easy. Tuck the chin, lift the spine up towards the sky. This really nice, tightly woven cat pose here. You feel the back of the heart stretching up towards the sky. And now place the hands back in table pose. Untuck the tail. Find cow pose. And back to cat here, this wider cat. And move back and forth between these two poses, thinking about how wide open the heart is in cow pose and how the back of the heart begins to open up in cat pose. So moving, continuing back and forth a couple more times. Using your breath, taking your intention into this for this heart opening practice. And now tuck the toes, press back into downward facing dog. Extend the left leg back behind you and bring that left foot forward. Crescent pose. All 10 fingertips reach up toward the sky first. Take the gaze down towards the floor. Sit deep. Use that back leg like we always talk about here. And now open the arms into cactus. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Back bending just a little bit here. And now reach fingertips to sky. Hands down to the floor. Step back to plank pose and come all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes, fingertips to the mat, and rise up, baby cobra. Squeeze the glutes, protect the low back, open the front of the heart, and come all the way back down. Take the knees wide, tuck the toes, press up and back into a mini momentary child's pose, and then back up into downward facing dog. Extend the right leg back behind you. Right foot comes forward. Crescent pose. Gaze is at the floor initially here. Build the pose. Cactus arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Draw the navel back towards the spine. And slowly take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Back bending. Heart opening. Fingertips reach for the sky and down to the floor. Plank pose and dropping down again, cobra, all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes. Lift. And bring it back down. Tuck the toes, spread the knees a little bit, press up and back for a moment. Feel that extension of the spine, and now lift, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the feet, forward folding at the back of the mat. Inhale, partway up, and exhale all the way back down. Walk forward, plank pose, and take a chaturanga, upward facing dog. Here's another heart opener. Downward facing dog. Walk back. Release the air from your body, and now inhale, partway up. Half forward fold, and come all the way back down on your exhale. And walk the hands forward, plank. And another vinyasa, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Extend the left leg back behind you. Bring that left foot forward. Crescent pose, rise up. This time we're a little more prepared body-wise. We're warming up. Take the shoulder blades toward one another, cactus arms, and lean back even further. Feel that stretch in the front of the body. Big time heart opener. Fingertips reach for the sky. Hands come down to the floor. Extend that left leg high into the sky, back behind you, and bend the knee a lot. So the foot is heavy. And now come to the tip of the right toes. Square the shoulder, the wrist, and the elbow, and drop directly down. Sunburst. Keep that knee bending a lot, and now place that foot down on the floor. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Find the breath. Extend the right leg back behind you. Right foot comes forward. Crescent pose. Lift up. Lean back. Squeeze the shoulder blades here. Back bending, heart opening. Fingertips to sky. Hands to the floor. Swing that right foot back in the sky, back behind you. Bend the knee a lot. The foot is heavy on the ankle. Come to the tips of the back toes. Drop down, sunburst, and place that foot down on the floor. Upward facing dog. Drop the knees. Take a child's pose here, fully surrendering. And walk both hands to the right. And through center to the left. And back to center. Tuck the chin, come up into table pose and up into cat pose. Reach the back of the heart up towards the sky, tuck the chin. And cow pose. Open the heart. Soften the back of the heart. And back to table. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Extend the left leg back behind you. Bring that left foot forward. Coming into crescent again. We're going to transition into a modified tree pose. So find a gaze point on the floor for now. Cactus arms squeezing the back of the heart. Find that good gaze point. And now reach the fingertips up towards the sky. And as many steps as it takes for you, lift that right foot up. And place that right foot wherever your tree pose is. It might be on your ankle, your inner calf, or your inner thigh. And now take cactus arms again. This may be perfect for you. You may want to change the gaze up towards the ceiling and begin to lean back. Reach the fingertips skyward and step back, crescent pose. And hands come down to the floor, downward facing dog. Find your vibe here, what works for you. Challenge yourself. Here's crescent pose, opposite side, right foot forward this time. So take the gaze down to the floor. You know where we're going now. Take that back foot forward. Place the foot wherever it is for you for tree pose. And take the fingers up to the sky again. Cactus pose now. Squeeze the back of the heart. Take the navel back towards the spine. So much happening here. And now begin to open your heart up towards the ceiling. If you fall out, just come back in. That's the beauty of it. Leaning back. Fingertips to the sky now. And step back. Crescent pose. Find your way. And hands come down to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Shimmy the sit bones side to side. Find the breath. Our final pose before Shavasana, wild thing. Come up into plank pose. Take the left knee in, sweep the mat with the shin. And now you're gonna swing that left foot over to the right. Imagining your legs are now scissor blades. Drop the right heel and lift the right fingertips up towards the sky. Also lift the hips. You can extend that leg a little further away from you and come into this tremendously beautiful and powerful heart opener. The arm down by your side, pointing down toward, fingers pointing down towards the floor. And to come out, tuck the chin, place the hand, and step back to plank. Take the right knee and sweep the mat. And swing that leg over. Drop the left heel. Lift the left fingertips. And breathe. Heart opener. Hand comes down to the floor. Tuck the chin. Back to plank for a moment. Take the back of the heart up towards the sky. And now sink back. Downward facing dog. Drop the knees. Child's pose. Arms come back by your sides. Come to one side of your face or the other. And really relax the back of your heart. Soften the front of your heart. And now roll up. So it's time for Shavasana. Let's go ahead and come all the way down onto our backs. And as you gently roll back, take the knees into the chest and rock side to side. Place the feet down onto the floor, the arms draped down by your sides, super soft in the shoulders. Now you can choose to have the legs fully extended here or bring them into reclined cobbler. Soles of the feet come down to the floor. Sink the belly, hollow out the belly. Here as you soften into our Shavasana. Continuing with the mindful breathing here in this reclined position. And now bring your awareness to the heart. Bring your awareness to this feeling of having an open heart. Being grateful for this practice, thanking your body and your mind for this practice. Softening the heart. Returning to this natural state as you flutter the eyes open. Rolling to your right side, bringing your awareness into the room. Curling up into a little ball on your right side. And pressing up into seated. Thank you so much for this practice today, for your commitment to yourself and your yoga practice. Namaste.